Hey guys, what's up? It's 2024, but guess what? This is the first video of the year, so we're gonna do a little recap. Hope you guys had a Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, all that fun stuff. Um, Today this one is very hmm, intense, I would say, personal. You know, um, 2023 can't sum it up in one word, but we had a lot going on. So first and foremost, let's do a check-in. Mental, physical, business wise. Mental, honestly, I'm at like a four, like a 4 or 5. More so leaning towards a four. Well, of course, we're gonna unpack this. Physically, same thing, a four. Um, but mental, like, I'll get into that. I'll go into all these numbers, but business wise, I'm good. Market been dropping, but I guess they're climbing back. I'm still in profit technically, so I'm not upset about that. So business wise is cool in my book. I'm planning this event for my book. If you haven't gotten it, please do so. It's on Amazon. I should cry more. Trayvon Brown, the one and only. This guy. All right, so let's unpack 2023. 3 is actually my favorite number. Um, why you may ask? A triangle is the strongest shape. 3 sides. My favorite brand is Adidas. They got 3 stripes. And like their symbol is a mountain, and I always consider that mountain to be like um obstacles you have to go through in life. It's always up. You get to the top, you can go down. Like they always say, there's a saying: the top of a mountain, the top of a mountain is the bottom of another one. So when you look at the Adidas sign, it's actually 3 mountains in one. You get me? So Merry Christmas on that one. Um January. I don't remember what really happened in January, to be honest with you. I guess it started out a typical year. I was still on night shift at TSX. That's a historical building that I did. I was at TSX, which is 47th and 7th Times Square, right in the middle of the city, right across the street from the Red Steers. That was a great building, phenomenal building. Um, Later that year in May, Post Malone actually had a concert there, and I was like behind him while he was there performing. And what's it called? I was there like when he was warming up, all that fun stuff. Paparazzi took pictures of me, but yeah, January was January is basically what do I want to accomplish in the year, and I accomplished everything that I put on paper and more. Right? Actually, in January, I also talked to my coworker. His name is Mike. Um, Told him I was gonna buy property last year. Right? Fast forward, that didn't happen. Let's get that out the way. So February comes along. My aunt was sick. She has, I believe, lung cancer, if I'm not mistaken. She was on dialysis, and eventually she passed. February 1st. That's February 1st for you. Um, February 5th, my cousin Trish, she passed. Right? So my aunt, haven't seen her in years. The craziest thing, her birthday is the day before mine, and my nephew is born on the same day, which is July 3rd. Um, and I haven't seen her in years. But it's just like anyone else. Like you haven't talking to people, but you haven't heard anything, so you're assuming they're good. So you only hear about them if something happens, right? So she's been chain smoking for years, like a chimney, for years. But obviously, Time took its course and she passed, right? Then Trisha, she had um the first time I met her was, it's not last year, but 2022. In September, Labor Day weekend, I actually went to Canada for the first time and actually met some of my mom's family for the first time, like first time ever. And I even met my mom's aunt that she doesn't even remember the last time she saw her. Like she remember her like when she was like a baby type of deal. And I basically saw her before she did. That makes sense. Now being adults and all that fun stuff. So it's the first time I saw her and like we talk. She actually was the one that brought me to the mall before I left, which was like I don't even remember what day I left, but she brought me to the mall. That's when I first got my OFIO stuff. And we was there chatting it up. Um, Great vibes and everything. Like it's family, you know. So February 5th, she passed, and it was just like a crazy situation. Like I just met you. Like I literally just met you. I didn't cry. Um, so January 20th, I told Mike, my coworker, um, I'm gonna buy a co-op, and a month later, it's in the bag. I have the note. I wrote this on the February 17th. I think, so I even wrote down when I got when I saw the place. The place was on um 897 Empire Boulevard, right? So that's February. Though the place wasn't there for long. I told her about like five different places, and that's the first place I went to. And I'm just like, yo, this is the one for me. Like it's a 1 bedroom. The price was, how much did she want again? I think she wanted 220, and I 220,000 if you guys want to be exact. But I told her, I'm just like, I'll give you 210, and like she agreed to it and all that fun stuff, right? Fast forward to March, and we're in March. The funerals, the funeral is in March. I'm just like, originally I even told my aunt like because I go to Christmas with them, like they live in the house. So I'm just like, hey, I feel like I'm going to Jamaica. Last year, I thought my grandfather was gonna retire in 2022, 2023, but he's actually retiring this year, right? So I'm just like, yeah, I feel like I'm gonna go to Jamaica. Like I think thought he was gonna have a retirement party, the whole jazz, right? So funeral happens in March. I gets there and like it's really like got there Thursday, left the Tuesday, and it felt like a business trip, and I hate those kind of trips because I last time I was there prior to that was 2019 pre-pandemic, right? But this time is basically I call it a business trip because one, like I'm going to do business. Like I literally did not do anything I wanted to do, literally nothing, nothing. I hate the beach. I don't really hate the beach. I would go to the beach, but I wanted to go to the beach. It's called Elshire, which is in St. Catherine. I'm from. It's also the beach I almost drowned on in 2008. We're gonna tell that story later on. So we went there. My grandfather brought. It was him, my aunt, my cousin, and myself. The water was rough as shit. I wasn't even planning to go in the water. So I was just trying to go there for food, to be honest. So yeah, that like nothing, like everything was basically surrounded the funeral, and like my cousins is my aunt had 3 kids. One actually passed during childbirth. Um, the baby survived, but my cousin didn't. And then my two other cousins, which is a boy and a girl, right? And the whole trip, I'm riding with my cousin, the guy. excuse me, the guy, and it's like for the whole duration of time, I was basically the brother he never had. Um, Up and down the night of the funeral. It's called a night night, so it's like partying, food, music, and like everybody coming together kind of deal, right? So that happens. I'm going all the way to Portmore, making trips back and forth. I'm collecting tables or collecting chairs, you're doing the whole 9 yards, collecting liquor from people that donated, the whole 9 yards. Day of the funeral. Um, I was actually staying at my uncle, and I was actually staying at my uncle, the room that she was in, like during because she was actually living in Curacao, ABC Islands. Do your research, people. Um, so she was in Curacao, and she came back because she told my aunt she was just like, when the cancer get bad, she's gonna come back to Jamaica. It did. She came back. She was doing dialysis and stuff, and then at that point, I guess she stopped doing treatment because she was just like, hey, like this is my time kind of deal, right? So March is I'm there, I'm in the room. It's a day of the funeral. Like outside my window is the hearse, and like they have viewing. They have the viewing of in the dead yard. So like I got up, I'm getting ready, and like I'm in the shower, looking through the window, and that's like her open casket right there, right? And my cousin, which is her last daughter, was just like she came to the crying started. So I'm just like it was just like a preparation kind of deal. Like this is a kind of deal, just like why I also named the book like I should cry more because like this is a moment. I felt the tears. I came out the shower. I'm just like it's about to go down, and I'm just like I'm there doing breathing exercises, pacing back and forth in the room. I just have my towel on, pacing back and forth. I'm just like, all right, this is what we came here for. It's a funeral. It's not like let's get it over with, but like we're gonna go through the emotion. So I'm just like, it's fine, it's fine. Let's get the ball rolling. Brought the shirt because we did a navy blue funeral. I believe that was her favorite color. I'm not sure, but it was a navy blue funeral, and like the kids and grandkids had gold intertwined with it. The shirt I brought, I'm kind of a big guy. I would say my arms are huge. The shirt I brought couldn't fit me, and I didn't realize until the morning of the funeral. My cousin Angel, she was ironing um her dress a little bit more, and I'm just like, I literally put the shirt on, and like if I do anything, the shirt is gonna rip. I'm just like, two people had to pull me out of the shirt, right? So I'm just like, okay, my younger cousin KJ is here. I'm just like, yo, this is you. Threw that on him. I asked my uncle, got a shirt out of my uncle's closet, and I wore that for the funeral. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. So like they had a whole setup of just like the the hearse was gonna stop. They're gonna bring it from what we call a lane. We say in America a block. So we take it and like the grandkids would bring it in. Some of the grandkids weren't there. I had to step in to like bring the casket in. Um, then got there. My aunt was, which is my aunt's sister, so my other grand aunt. She was do no before that happened. My cousin Angel, the same one that I in the shirt, she had to say a Bible verse, and she's there. She went up with her cousins, which is also my cousin. So it was just her two brothers and basically my aunt's grandkids went up again. Some of the grandkids weren't there. I had to step up again. I'm there. So I didn't want to read because I know I was gonna stutter, and I was just like, it wasn't my moment, and I was just there for like comfort and support. So my other cousin is holding mic, I'm holding her basically, because we all know what's gonna happen. So what happened? She fell. She's there crying because it's her grandmother, right? So that happened. I went outside. They're taking breeze. Um, Church is packed. I sat down in the church for a little bit, and I eventually went outside, chilling out. I brought my camera. I was taking pictures. A lot of pictures. Actually, took a lot. Like myself and my cousin took a lot of pictures, and we're there. Remember, this is still March. So, fast forward. My aunt, my other aunt, she was the one that wrote the eulogy. She came out. It's her it's her older sister. She comes out bawling, right? I'm standing by the door. I'm comforting her. I felt my tears again when I was in the church, and I walked out. I walked out because I'm just like, yeah, we're not doing this right now. Because again, like I'm in the mode of just like it's like a business trip. I mean, I should have never categorized it, but that's how it basically transpired, right? So she's there crying, and I'm consoling my aunt, lady that could be my mom, right? Consoling her. Next thing I know, my other aunt is crying. So what? I'm just like, what the fuck? So I'm just like, I brought her my first aunt that was crying. I brought her outside, put her in a car. I'm drinking water. She takes the water from me. I'm just like, all right, whatever. What else do you need? So I'm basically consoling people that's crying. I'm just like, what do you need? Gave her the water, and my dad came. My dad is a fun time. Don't get me wrong, my dad is a fun time. So he had liquor, juice, whatever, whatever. So I'm just like, yo, what do you want? And she only wanted water, so that was covered. And my other cousin, that grew up with her, he was crying, like he was crying. So it just like it was a heavy moment, right? Then a lot of people was going to the dead yard, and like I didn't eat that morning. So I'm just like I was talking to my cousin because I was rolling with him, Jay. I was rolling with him. I'm just like, yo, let's do this. The funeral about to be done. We can get food and meet up with them while they go into the burial ground, right? We're just like, all right, we out. We call our boy Todd. He pick us up, going to KFC. We walked in the line inside. This is a Sunday. The line is mad long. We were just like, yo, let's go in the drive through. Go in the drive through. We go around the corner to order the food. We see everybody's coming out of the community going to the dead yard, right? So I'm just like, all right, cool. We got enough time. By the time we got on the road, there's another funeral in front of us. And Todd dad had to go to the airport. He didn't know how to use technology, so he had to leave us. We literally got out of the car. We started walking to the ground to the funeral yard. Got to the Then I saw my uncle. He's driving. Jump into his car until we got to. This was basically the beginning of the funeral yard, right? Got there, a whole bunch of bricks, a whole bunch of bullshit, right? Got out, start walking again. I'm walking because remember there's one in front of us. When I got to the funeral yard, right? It was three funerals in front of us and two trying to leave. So it's a whole traffic, and it's not but two cops there, two police officers, right? I'm just like, all right, this is chaotic. So there's a lane, aka a block. People started turning out on that, so it's alleviating into the thing. And there's a gully, like there's literally a gully, and eventually the body has to be in the ground by 6, and at this point it was like 4 or something, and not much of the traffic was moving. They took the casket out, and like my cousins, my some of my no, it was mostly my cousin, just a family members grabbed the casket out of the hearse, and ran literally because it's a soup. You ran for momentum and out the gully and started bringing it to the ground. We did dancing. dancing, singing. We had the bands. We had like, and it was just a crazy situation, I would say. Um, and it was just, it's sad that some people have to, like, the dead makes the living appreciate each other more, if that makes sense. Because like at that point, I realized like I know that none of this trip is about me, and yes, I deem it as a business trip, but it just like I was there for my cousin the way I've never been before, and he had the opportunity to know that, hey, although I don't live here anymore, he can depend on me when in dire times, basically. Like I was the go-to cousin. He who just like, yo, what time you getting ready? Everything, make sure everything was set, right? Um, so that's March. April comes around, back to the house situation. I'm just like, all right, cool. Um, the lady agreed to the price. We're in April. Lady agrees to the price, and we're there. I'm just like, okay, cool. What paperwork do I need? I have to get a I got this loan from lenders credit union, which was like the only one that was doing 10%. So 10% is obviously 21,000. I already had that, so drew that money, wired that money over, and the there's a lender's questionnaire. I sent it over to the lawyers to say, hey, I need these answers to like keep the process going. For like a month and a half, nothing was getting done. And come to find out, I had to, excuse me, go on like the website, like home docs, make an account, and I had to order special paperwork for these people to fill out, right? So now this is May. So this is May. I'm here. I'm just like, yo, what is going on, bro? Like, this process should not be taking this long. Mind you, he started in February. First homeowner and all that jazz. It's they said, yo, like in 90 days it's yours. I'm just like, okay, it's about to be past 90 days, my boy. Like, what's really going on? So it's not really in my control. So I finally, we kept calling the lady from the building corp, and we're just like, yo, what's going on? Like, what's going on? For weeks, the lady wasn't answering. Not even the lady, the attorney for the owner wasn't answering her phone, wasn't answering email. So that was just like a shit show. So we're just like, yo, what needs to get done? Like, I need to get this process going. It's May, like it shouldn't be taking this long. At this point, I already looked at furniture. I already got things for my job. I literally got a couch from my job. This white pillow you see right here is from there. And I have four of them. You get me? So I got mad stuff. I literally have a Bluetooth mirror from work. I have this other round mirror. I got a couch. I have so much things. Besides the point. Okay? Don't watch that too much. So now gets to June. I'm just like, yo, what's really going on here, man? So at the beginning of June, I kept having a vision. I had the vision three times that I got my money back and I put it back in savings. So talking to the credit union, and we were just like, hey, like they were just like, yo, we're waiting. Like they were just like, the last piece of thing we need is a questionnaire, and like then we're like, contracts already signed. Then we do the loan, and everything is going. We're good to go. I was talking to a lady. Her name is Stephanie. Beautiful, beautiful voice. Never met the lady in person. Beautiful voice. And we were talking to her, and she was just like, something doesn't seem right about the maintenance. So I brought it before that happened. I was we had that conversation, and then I like when I was looking at the the paperwork, I'm just like the maintenance was like seven something when I saw it on Zillow, and then when the contract came, it was like eight. I think like 834. Like it went up like 60 something dollars. I'm just like, yo, I didn't even move in and it went up. But I talked to my brother, he has a co-op as well, and he was just like that time his went up as well. All right, so I'm just like, yo, all right, cool. So I brought it up to my realtor, and he was just like, oh, like he didn't realize that it went up. So when he looked deeper, he was just like, yo, why is it so high? So while I was touring the place and doing a home inspection, a lady came, one of the ladies in the board, I think, I don't even remember her name, but she was a Caribbean lady. She's next door. She came and said hi. We got her contact information. We called her and we just said, hey, do you know why the maintenance is so high? The lady literally said she doesn't know. So I'm just like, okay, you're a part of the board. You don't know what our maintenance is so high. So we are just like, how can we find out? She was just like, when she began living there, it was like 200 and something. Now it's eight something, right? So grant you're just like, you're a part of the board. You don't question why the maintenance is going up. She went on to say, basically every 2 years the maintenance go up. Yo, the reason why we're buying is because we don't have to deal with things like what renting like happens in. That's clearly happening here. So she went on to say even more. It gets better. So she went on to say 5 units are vacant. It's 60 units. It's a six-story building. So five. So let's run it off. So 50 is 50 units occupied, 10 vacant, right? Those 50 are paying for those 10. So you're already at this high maintenance. You're already high. You're not gonna come down when those 10 get occupied. It's just gonna go higher. You get me? So that's why they hold it like every 2 years, because maybe somebody sells, maybe somebody leaves or something, right? And this is a basic building. There's nothing special to the building at all. It's just an elevator, lobby, nothing special at all. But for some weird reason, weird reason, the maintenance was 500,000, $500,000. I'm good at math. I'm no mathematician, but what's the reason behind this? No one knows. So, because of that exact reason, I believe it was maybe like the end of June. Lovely Stephanie called me and said, "Hey, as a credit union, we don't think we're gonna go forward." And I'm just like, "Okay, no problem." So I'm just like, she sent over the letter. I sent it over to the my attorney. I'm just like, thank you for the work that you have done so far, and send it over to these people and let them know like I'm no longer interested because. So of course my realtor was just like, oh, do you want to look at something else, or do you want to go to a different bank? The thing is, the credit union was the only one doing 10%, because conventional loans are 20%. So I didn't have the 40. That's what 42 to drop, and like all the numbers, like every single thing. Like I had the 21 for the down payment in savings, and I was gonna take 10 grand from my 401k to do the furniture, the electronics, what else, and like the moving fees, like the like all the paperwork and stuff. So I wrote out all the numbers and everything. Everything was already set up. The numbers were right, but it's just like their numbers weren't right. And she literally said like something just isn't right about this. So this is June. My birthday's in July. I'm just like, yo, I don't know what I want to do. So I was supposed to go to BIM, Barbados, crop over with my boys, right? Um, birthday come around. I just did restaurants. I just did a few restaurants. Right the week when I was supposed to buy my ticket to go to BIM, that's in August. My uncle was supposed to get married in April in Mexico. I haven't talked to him in a while. We talked, but it was just like, yo, how you doing? Blah blah blah. Like the small talk. Although I hate it, the small talks. He's a busy man. I'm a busy man. Hey, what's the matter, you? Right? So talk to him. This man's gonna tell me his wedding is now in July in Jamaica. So I'm just like, great, going back to Jamaica again. I've never been to Jamaica twice in 1 year, and I don't plan on going back to Jamaica anytime soon. Um, this was a business trip as well, but I had fun because I was still celebrating my birthday, and I didn't even tell my family. Only family member that knew was my brother, my second oldest brother. And I spent the day with him, his boys, and my oldest brother. He had work, so he came by later on down in the day. It was there, we just so got there. Stayed in Portmore. Stayed with a friend of mine, which is a friend of my brother. He introduced us, but we actually went to school. But I left, and I think they were finished. But they went to school. She went to school with my brother, but I eventually went to the same school. Blah blah blah. Right? Whatever. Enjoyed myself. Stayed at this nice place called Columbus Heights in Ocho Rios. I was literally talking to her about this last night. Only thing I would change was like we're on a hillside overseeing Ocho Rios, but I just couldn't see the sunset. There was like a weird haze. It was just like couldn't see the sunset, couldn't see the sunrise. I'm just like, damn, like I was banking on seeing these, but overall it was good. Missed the wedding. Um, type in the location that was given on the website from I think Zales. Type that in. It brought me to a beach. It was a beach wedding. It was with sandals, a beach wedding. So I'm just like, yo, this is the actual beach. Where are we going? So I went to the location on the paper on the website. Come to find out, the thing on the website is the adult only resort, and they were at a family resort. She dropped me off. I already told her, I'm just like, all right, I'm here, so you can go. She left, and I'm there for like 30 minutes. Everybody's calling me. Where are you? Where are you? We're looking for you. We're waiting on you. They didn't even start yet. They're trying to delay it until you get here. I didn't get there. They were just like they call it the front desk. Call the cab. I was there. I'm not gonna call her. She called a cab. She was like 7 minutes Jamaican time. You know they love to lie. 7 minutes go by, and one thing I hate is people not saying to their word. People not being on time. And mind you, I hate the heat. I'm in Jamaica. I'm in a suit. They have these whack ass ceiling fans. I'm very ticked off. I'm there waiting and waiting and waiting. Guy picks me up. I passed the beach that the GPS told us, and we had to go like if that 5 minutes more down the fucking road. But I didn't know that, and no one told me that because. And the funniest thing, everyone else that wasn't staying at the resort, they had the same situation, but no one was using the upstairs to say, "Yo, text Trey and let him know that this is the place." Get there is literally everybody literally just came upstairs from the wedding because it's on a beach. Literally just come upstairs. Everybody was just like, "Where were you? Where were you? Where were you?" I'm just like, man, listen, I ain't trying to talk about that right now. Uncle comes up. Man didn't even say nothing. He just went straight for it. You're just like, yo, I thought you got lost. Where were you? This, that, and the third. I'm just like, yo, I'm not even trying to talk about that right now. But it was good. Enjoyed that. That was a good trip. That was a very good trip. That's July. August comes around. Nothing crazy happened in August. August was cool. August was hot. September comes around. Um, September, the first weekend in September was um Labor Day weekend, and my one of my favorite persons, Jenna family, was having a family reunion, and like her dad actually has the same last name as my mom. She's from Barbados, and I'm from Jamaica, so I'm just like, yo, it's crazy. So I call her like my little cousin, right? So I take pictures. Obviously, it's not obvious. I said it. Um, so they designated me to. They didn't designate. They asked. I'm just like, hey, because a year prior, like her mom, what's it called? Retired, and they had like a graduation party, and I took pictures. So, and I was keeping up the vibe, you know. You don't know, I'm the cool guy, you know. I'm a cool. Holla at your boy. So yeah, um, so the Friday, September 1st, I took off of work. I went, had lunch by myself. Went to one of my favorite restaurants, Lemongrass, downtown Brooklyn, Thai food. Had lunch, chilled out. Then in the nighttime, the first event we went to this, it was this was a pizza place, but obviously it also is a pizza restaurant. It had great food. They had a very very beautiful penne de vodka, you know. They had good food. They had good Italian food. It was down in Mill Basin. So each day was a different event, but they each day they have the family tree. You come, you sign. So they had barbecue. They had a day in the park. They had an all white, which was the final day. Um, and that was great. It was really great. They're welcoming people. Like I was first to like each event. Um, so yeah. That was a Friday. The Saturday, what happened? I don't even remember. But it was just a great vibe. What happened on the Saturday? Saturday was the barbecue. Saturday was a barbecue at Uncle Bentley house, and like mentally, I was just like September 4th is my godson birthday, so just like that weekend, and like knowing like he would have been two that weekend, or just like my mental wasn't fully there. Like I'm there, but I'm not fully there, and like at moments like slight, like the slight is like this much, like panic attack. Not really panic attack, but like anxiety was setting in, and I'm just like, this is a lot for me right now. But no one knew this. No one knew this, right? But someone did. Someone did. So this happened. Barbecue. I left. I walked. I walked home. This was. It was just like whatever. I love walking. I'm a walking kind of guy, right? So walked home, and then that's Saturday. Sunday they had a what is it? Oh no, what is this? Oh, it's a heater. So Saturday, no, Sunday we did Valley State Park, and her dad picked me up, and her uncle and their friend, and we went. We organized the bench again. Didn't eat any breakfast. We did chatting. We did drinking beer and just chatting and going on a fool until they came. Like they said, they starting at 3. Like black people in time. They came madly. I ain't gonna lie. Then like everybody was rushing to take pictures. Then the sun came down. Then they had to leave, and then they had a barbecue part 2 at their cousin's house. I don't remember her name, but it was like it was fun. They're chatting to the her favorite my favorite uncle from her family's Uncle Mickey. I was talking to him and another older guy. We was literally out there since I since her dad dropped me off. We were literally there for like 2 hours just chatting, and it was an absolutely phenomenal time. The 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 ladies come out and just like, yo, you want any? Asking the three of us like, you guys want anything to drink? You want anything to eat? We either confirm or denied, and we were just like enjoying the time. And that was further away from Uncle Bentley, and I walked home. I like my mind wasn't there. My mind wasn't there, and I was just like, yo, I'm walking home. So it's Labor Day now, which is the Monday, which is the all white. I don't have white. I have white, but I'm just like I don't have full white, and I'm basically the background guy because I'm just taking pictures, right? So, and this is the first event I actually didn't come early to because I went to my aunt house first, and I was on my bicycle. I rode down there and took pictures, spent like a few hours, like 2 3 hours. And her Aunt Sophia, she looked at me. She was just like, "You're not okay. Like, what's wrong?" I'm just like, "No, I'm cool." And she was just like, "No, you're not." Like, and like my eyes are getting watery, and like I'm just like, it's. I'm just like, I'm cool. I'm fine. You're just like, "No, you're not." She was just like, she literally mommed me. She was just like, "Let's go outside. We need to talk." I'm just like, "Yo, what's up?" So she sensed it, like she felt it, like, and she's like the only one that felt it. And she said, "What's going on?" I'm just like, today would have been like my godson's birthday. He would have been 2 today. So she was just like, "Is it a lot for you like to see kids?" I'm just like, "Yeah, just a little bit." But I'm just like, "I get it." She was just like, "I get it too." And she was just like, she told me a story, and she went on to say like all parents, she did foster care, and she told me that like all parents, before they have their kids, they need to go to like there's this course like foster thing offers, and she said she believes every parent should take that because it teaches you not every kid is gonna react the same way. Not every like you have to like learn, you have to know the kid without them telling you things. Like you have to sense it. You have to get that sixth sense kind of deal. And my eyes were watering. She was just like address your like, she was just like face your emotions. And like my dear, my eyes are watery. And I told her, I'm just like, yo, I feel like I'm gonna cry. And she was just like, let it out. She was just like, it's okay. Just go through the emotions. And I'm just like, I'm trying. And she was just like, no, you're not. Like she's basically saying, no, you're not. Like, let it go. And I tried, and nothing happened. And nothing happened. Writing home. Thought I would have cried writing home. Um, that didn't happen. So October comes around, and October wasn't that crazy. October, I went on a trip to, as you know, Aruba. That's where my first video was shot. Aruba, and to be honest, I was absolutely disappointed. Um, it has good history. I love history. I love math. It has good history, but the place itself, I was not expecting that. Um, Growing up, I had separation anxiety because I'm the last one for my mom, right? And I was five in what? What's that? 5 and 9 months, basically. I'm not gonna do the what's it called the months like what white people do. That's actually funny if I did that though. And I had separation anxiety because of that, right? For like the first 3 years I came to America, like I barely, like I can count maybe on one hand, honestly, how many times I talked to my mom, right? But now that I'm older, it's gotten way better. But I have to leave for me to like reset and be good. And Aruba failed on that. Um, Aruba is basically a hot America. Um, that has beaches. I'm not really that fond of beaches, but even when I went there, the beaches was rough anyways. The water was rough because a storm was coming off St. Martin's, so the water was rough. And it's not much fast food there. McDonald's, Subway, Burger King, Wendy's, KFC, and just like I went there to reset, and I came back worse. For 2023, I really like I lost a piece of me, and each trip I take is to reset, to get back, to get back, and that's why for a period of time, I said in a few videos ago, like people kept calling me mean, and not it's not it didn't start it basically it was getting to its peak in October. In November, no, October it happened. October I'm like right there, and then November like it basically peaked, and it was just like I became very not really angry, but I was just like I got that temper back. I have a very bad temper. Oh my goodness. You just seen me yesterday. What? Oh my goodness. Mm, fun stuff. I have a very bad temper. So that came back. I'm just like I barely was wearing my mouth guard because I'm just like this is bad. So Aruba didn't help. And it just like basically took 3 trips, and all of them were just like business trips. One I enjoyed myself, but the one that I was banking on to reset didn't do anything for me but made it worse. Um like I what I lost within 2023, I lost my consistency. And that's also a part of the job I'm on. I lost my consistency. Um I haven't been I've always stayed to my word, but I'm not staying to my word as much as I should. So I'm not saying I'm not as consistent as I would like to be. I do stay to my word, but they're just like I don't like the words that I was putting out for me to stay to. Like they weren't a modern me. It was like an old me, and I was just like not a happy camper. So November comes around. Um, Thanksgiving is just one day off. Boxing Day I was working. I said Boxing Day. Boxing Day is in December. Black Friday I was working, and that time is normally when I would see my niece and nephew. That didn't get to happen because work, and then like 3 guys were already off. No, 2 guys were off originally. One guy got COVID. Then in the last day, the other guy. Then the following week, another guy got COVID. And I low key think I got COVID, but I didn't. I didn't have like crazy symptom like they did, and I was just like fighting like for like let's say like 3 weeks. After that, I was sick. Like each day, I would feel good right before bed. I get stuffy. Then I feel like it's like my throat start itching, and then like a beer foolishness, really beer foolishness. So now that's November. To wrap up the year ended really, 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 really. The year was ending on a strong note. Market was good. Everything is back green. Record numbers. I hit my goals that I wanted to do. The book got released in December. I reached my financial goal that I put out. Um, like where I wanted my the building to be signed off up to. I I hit that. Like all these things I hit, but Christmas weekend. I didn't work Saturdays. Today's Saturday. I normally work. Um, and the thing is, I got my first book review. It was this lady. She's a stay-at-home mom of three, and I got like my first review. She's a 5 out of 5. I actually post a short for it. I post a short for it, and I sent it. I sent it to my brother, my two brothers above me, my aunt, and because we have a group chat, and they didn't say anything. And I sent it to a close friend of mine, and they were just like, "Oh, that's like that's nice. I'm glad she likes it." But it's just like the energy that I received, I didn't like it. And my brothers and my aunt didn't say anything, and I didn't like that because like I held those four at a standard that just like I expected more, and I expected my brothers and them to say something. Nothing happened, and that was a Saturday. And the craziest thing, like the whole weekend, I had a fucking panic attack. Like this is the first time I'm ever saying this, and like no one knows this. Like the whole fucking weekend, I had a panic attack from Saturday to Monday, and it never fucking went away for the whole fucking week. So it's not even for the weekend. Like the ending of the year for 2023, I had a fucking panic attack like every fucking day. Just like how it happened the first time, my chest is hurting. Like this one was like literally pressing down right by my heart. That's how I know it's happening right by my heart. And I put my head down, just like right fucking there. I'm just like at first I thought I'm just like I slept on like I sometimes I sleep on my arms and shit. Like my ribs hurt. And I'm just like I thought something like that was happening. And then I slept. I woke up and just like nothing. It's still there. Like I'm still here, kind of deal. Christmas Eve, same thing. Now I'm around family now on Christmas Day, and I'm just like, it's not going away. And just like, it's because it's bothering me. Like it's bothering me, and I'm just like, I hold you guys at a standard, or as at an expectation, and I understand it's my journey, but they're a part of the journey, and they're just like I was let down. But like back then, like when I was a kid, when I had expectations for my dad, he just never fucking gave it. So that happened, and it was just like it brought me back to then. Just like in Ratatouille when the what's his name, Igor, the food critic ate the ratatouille, and he got blasted back to the memory of when his mom made it. That's what it felt like. It brought me back to that, and it felt like I don't celebrate my accomplishments because I know I did it right. I look at the negative things because I'm just like, what did I do wrong? How can I improve? How can I be better? Because in this world, I find every day is a day for you to be better. You start with 24, it's for you to be better, a better you in all aspects. And it felt like I felt like that lonely kid that didn't get picked up at the bus stop or from school, and it brought me back to basically I have this. I'm not sure if I have it, but I read this post one time. It was a quote that says, "Be the person that you needed when you were growing up." And that weekend felt like I wasn't that person, and I'm that person plus more because like beyond my wildest dreams, some of these things I've accomplished. I look at myself, although I don't celebrate I look back and I just laugh. I mean, like, it's crazy that I actually did some of these things. And I was also drop this quote with you guys. You're just saying that if you want to go far, no, if you want to go fast, go alone. And I've been going alone. So at these points, that's why it's like I can't celebrate because like I'm going so fast by myself, head down, driving up the mountain, just driving, 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 and just like I break at the top, but it just like that's what I said in the beginning. At the top, the bottom of a mountain is the top of another one, right? So it just felt like I wasn't me basically. I was back to that kid that got let down, right? Um, getting fast forward to to thing to the following weekend, which is New Year's. That Friday, I had a game night with my boys, and we had this party. This it got very annoying. People being loud. I hate noise. It's weird. I'm going to a party. I actually use parties to to meditate. Little that people know. Like a few of the pieces that's in the book, I've done while I'm at a party. Um, so I'm there. I'm basically the host, making sure everybody's cool, interacting, all that fun stuff. I leave, go home Saturday. Got some crazy news, like crazy, crazy news. I'm not even gonna share that. That has to be confidential. Got some crazy news. So New Year's is a Monday. New Year's night, New Year's Eve was was Sunday, and Sunday I cooked stew chicken with white rice, and I also made lamb shoulders, right? And I was thinking back to the news that I got, and that gave me a flashback. It's another fucking panic attack for that weekend. And that panic attack was about like the food that I'm eating. I couldn't eat it because the news that I had that I've gotten, it blasts me back to 2008, January 1st, when I almost drowned in front of my family. And that night, I got home. Um, my mom cooked stew chicken and white rice. And when I was talking to my friend and I told her what I cooked, she told me that her mom cooked the same fucking thing. Right? So I'm there. I mean, this is a story of how I almost drowned. So I'm there. This is 2008. In Jamaica, we normally, for New Year's, we normally started in church and be like, hey, nice, nice, bringing in New Year's on a good, positive note. And this time, like my family was, this time I was living in Jamaica. So from 2006 to 2010, I was living in Jamaica. I would only come here to the US summertime, right? So it was January. School is off. School is off. Everybody's here, and my grandfather always leave for the beach like 6:30, sometimes 6 in the morning or 6:30 to go to the beach, and we're there for the day. Got there, nice, nice, food, drink, blah blah. Everybody's having a good time. I get one of these the bed floating things, and I'm there like in the movies, laying back, looking up in the sky, eyes closed. This random fucking wave comes and hit me. Boom, panic attack. Not panic attack, instant panic because obviously my eyes is closed. This is out of the ordinary. I don't know what the fuck is going on. It hit off this thing and um got hit off of it, and I'm there. I'm going down. I can touch this bottom of the, like I can touch the sea bottom. So it's just like I'm not that far, but I'm just like my hands weren't even moving. I was just going up and down, up and down. And my brother, he's taller than me. He saw me and he brought me closer to shore. I never got out the water. Mind you, this is directly in the line of in my family. Directly in the line. None of them saw it but my brother. So got home. My mom cooked the stew chicken and rice. I remember like it was yesterday. She gave me uh chicken leg. I love leg. And I believe she gave me a thigh. Either a thigh or a breast. And this time I put it the same thing in my plate. I put a chicken leg in a breast. I think it was a breast she gave me. Crazy enough, right? This is how much years later, right? She gave it to me. I only ate not even the whole leg. I ate piece of it. Ate some of the rice. Then went to sleep. She was just like, "Yo, what is going on?" Didn't say anything. Told my brother wasn't gonna say anything. I was over my mom. My grandfather has a house. My brother gets up before me and go and tell the whole fucking house that I almost drowned. And to say I drank half of the beach and this, that, and a third. I didn't know this because he got up before me. He went over there. So when I got over there, all hell fucking broke loose. My grandfather, he's a loud guy. If you guys, he's a loud dude. His inside voice is somebody's yelling. You get me? Then my dad, he basically had a fucking shit fit. Be like, how you didn't tell anybody? Blah blah blah. My aunt was laughing because my brother said I drink half the seed, this, that, and a third. Blah blah blah. Then when my mom finally heard, she loved calling Jesus Christ, so she called out Jesus Christ. And she said, "Oh, how I could have died." And she said, "It's a good thing that she was in church and she was praying for her kids." Absolutely right. I love my mom for that. She's always praying for us, you know? But it wasn't my time. You get me? So that happened. And it was just, it was just, I really don't know. There's nothing I can say that can, it's not even to justify, but it's nothing to say. It just happened and it wasn't my time. And it was just an absolute insane moment. It really was. Um, so it's crazy enough that years later, like that's a meal I took and like I had a panic attack eating this fucking food. So for a week I had a panic. Um, so so yeah, 2023 was a year. Was a year for sure. We're in a new year now, so I'm gonna get back to basic. I'm gonna definitely get back to basic. Getting back to being more consistent. Need to get my health back in order. Get my physicality back in order. Get my mental back in order. Um, Travel more, even if it's local or like travel to a restaurant, something more. Like I feel like the trips that took last year, it took away from me. It didn't add to me. So this year I'm basically playing catch up. And I don't work in customer service. I work in construction. So my personality can be strong at times, and it's not for everyone. Hear me out. It's not for everyone, but I have good intention. And this year, I'll be mucho aggressive towards certain things. Not towards people. I think people just like it's like towards them, but it's not. 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 We're gonna get back to basic. We're gonna get back to basic. And we have lived to see another day. We're gonna get better. Like, life is about getting better. You have to get these challenges to be better. Like, that's what it's all about, being better. You have to get better. So you address the problem, you find solutions to the problem. You can do trial and error, but get better. That's always the goal, to get better. Like right now, I've been saying this, like I want I would like a partner. But where I am mentally, I'm pushing people away. And it's it's not on purpose, but it's just the phase that I'm in. I think right now is like the career driven phase. So it's just like it's not to I want it. I I want it. But it's just like the phase that I'm in is pushing people away, not making them like gravitate or stay to me, if that makes sense. It does make sense. So 2023 was good. I needed it. I needed to see where I still have loopholes, where I still have issues, where do I need to get better, because I hit all these goals and then just like what's next? Like, are you gonna relive the same moment? Are you gonna do the same goal? No, absolutely not. You're gonna find a new challenge. You gotta get better. You at the top of the mountain. What's next? Give me the next thing up. You get me? So 2023. Thank you. I appreciate it. 2024 is a leap year. You gotta some I believe 100% there's some exciting stuff in 2024. Um so yeah, I guess that's the end of this one. That is definitely the end of this one. And as always, take care of yourself. Take care of those around you. Love yourself. Drink some water. Oh yeah, definitely drink some water. A lot of people don't realize just because you don't sweat in the winter, you cannot be dehydrated. You can be dehydrated. Okay? Drink water. Your body still needs it. Drink water. Um Stop being hard on yourself, man. Understand that there's pros and cons to life, and you have to give to get, right? So take it easy. A day at a time. Each day is 24 hours. Each day is 24 hours. Spend it wisely. You can take one day slow, you can take one day fast, but move at your speed. Don't compare yourself to others, because guess what? Comparison is a thief of joy. You don't know what that person did to get to where they are. You know what you're doing. And that's one of the reasons why I, Trayvon Brown, has never envied someone for what they have. Because I don't know what limits they are willing to do to get to. Could be the right way, could be the wrong way, but I wasn't there. You can envy me because I know I went the right way. You get me? I went about it my way, went about it a holistic way. So, yeah, we have a great year ahead of us. It's not new year, new me. That's just a dumb concept. Um, each year you have the same resolution with no change, no growth, something temporary. Do something long lasting. This is a marathon, not a sprint, but I still gotta win a race. Words of Drake. That's a bar. So, yeah, that's it for this one. And see you guys soon. Next week I will not be here, but I'll be making videos. I'll be in, do your research, the place that has the something Khalifa. I don't remember the first word, but Khalifa. The Khalifa building. Tallest building in the world. Do your research.